Greetings, everyone. I am Sarah, your instructor for today's session. If you are a newcomer to our channel, I would like to point out that we upload a fresh English learning tutorial every day to assist you in progressing more rapidly and with greater self-assurance. During today's lesson, you will improve not only your listening comprehension, but also your verbal and written communication skills. In this episode, we are exploring a significant subject that will help you attain authentic fluency and poise. We will learn the art of describing anything in English at every proficiency level, from novice to expert. By utilizing practical life situations and structured exercises, we will help you recognize authentic English, grasp the conversational flow, and learn effective idioms so you can characterize individuals, locations, items, activities, and events with clarity and ease. Whether you are providing answers, sharing anecdotes, explaining work or school scenarios, or sharing your emotions in everyday talk, becoming a master of description is among the fastest routes to sounding like a native speaker. By the conclusion of this tutorial, you will understand exactly how to build robust sentences step by step, select the most accurate vocabulary, and speak with a polished, natural cadence. Before we get the video rolling, please remember to subscribe to our channel and click the notification bell if you enjoy these types of helpful English tutorials. Now, grab your writing materials and let's dive in. When people think about fluency, they often imagine talking at a high speed without pausing. However, true fluency is actually rooted in clarity, self-assurance, and the capacity to articulate what you perceive, feel, and think. In straightforward, authentic English, if you possess the skill to describe your surroundings, you will never find yourself struggling for words during a conversation. This is why descriptive ability is the primary focus of our lesson today. Let us start with a very basic exercise. Picture yourself sitting in your current room. Scan your environment. What do you observe? Perhaps there is a seat, a desk, a mug of tea, or your smartphone. Now, try to characterize one of those objects in English. If you are looking at a chair, you might say, "The seat is crafted from wood. It features 4 supports. The cushion is pleasant. The shade is a deep brown. It is positioned beside the desk." Do you recognize the strategy we are applying? We are using brief, uncomplicated sentences to portray a single item. When combined, however, those statements create a vivid image. Let's engage in some practice together. I will provide a sentence, and you should say it back to me. The mug is white. Say it slowly. The mug is white. Now, let's include more specifics. The mug is white and petite. Repeat that after me. The mug is white and petite. Next, let's expand it further. The mug is white, petite, and crafted from glass. Give that a try. The mug is white, petite, and crafted from glass. Can you sense how the portrayal becomes more vivid with every added detail? This represents the core of fluency, layering descriptions until the person listening can visualize your subject in their mind. Your current level, beginner or advanced, does not matter. The fundamental skill remains the same. A novice might use basic adjectives like large, tiny, red, or pleasant. Meanwhile, a more experienced student might opt for precise terms like minuscule, immense, crimson, or cozy. Both are performing the same task, just with different degrees of detail. Let's look at a common daily scenario. Imagine you are describing your morning meal. You might remark, "I consumed bread and eggs." This is grammatically correct, but quite brief. Let's elaborate on it. I ate toasted bread and 2 eggs this morning. That sounds better, doesn't it? Now, let's add even more context. I ate toasted bread with butter and 2 eggs this morning at the dining table. Now your listener understands not just what you consumed, but the manner, the timing, and the location. This is how you generate fluency through the power of description. Here is a brief task for you. Think about a meal you had yesterday. Shut your eyes, recall it vividly, and now attempt to describe it out loud in English. Mention the dish, the color, the flavor, the aroma, the time, and the setting. Speak at a measured pace. You do not require flawless grammar. Simply focus on describing the meal with increasing detail. This is a basic yet effective method to coach your brain to process thoughts in English daily. As you practice these descriptions, keep in mind that fluency is not initially about how fast you speak. It is about how comfortable you feel. If you can communicate slowly and clearly, your speed will eventually increase on its own. A lot of students try to talk too quickly and end up making errors or losing their nerve. However, if you begin by developing your confidence in description, you will soon find that the right words start to come to you more effortlessly. Consider describing a person. Imagine you run into a friend and a third party asks, "Who is that individual?" How would you respond in English? A basic beginner's reply might be, "That is my companion." But let's attempt to add more substance. "That is my companion. He is quite tall and has dark hair." That is an improvement. Now let's take it a step further. "That is my companion. He is quite tall, has dark hair, and is dressed in a navy shirt today." Every additional detail creates a sharper mental image. If you wish to appear even more fluent, you can incorporate personality traits. "That is my companion. He is quite tall, has dark hair, is dressed in a navy shirt today, and is consistently friendly and humorous." Now you are portraying more than just his look, you are describing his spirit. Let's practice this together. Recite these slowly after me. She is petite. Now add, she is petite and has wavy brown hair. Add more. She is petite, has wavy brown hair, and is grinning broadly. And finally, she is petite, has wavy brown hair, is grinning broadly, and appears very approachable. Do you feel the descriptive power intensifying step by step? This same approach is effective for describing locations as well. Imagine being asked to talk about your hometown. A brief novice answer could be, "My city is large." But let's broaden that. "My city is large and extremely active." Add more. "My city is large, extremely active, and packed with skyscrapers." Now include further specifics. "My city is large, extremely active, packed with skyscrapers, and the roads are constantly filled with pedestrians and vehicles." Can you see how this paints a picture for your listener? Here is another task for you. Close your eyes and visualize your bedroom. Now, articulate its details slowly in English. Begin with, "My bedroom is compact." Then include, "My bedroom is compact and silent." Add more. "My bedroom is compact, silent, and colored a soft blue." Include more. "My bedroom is compact, silent, colored a soft blue, and features a big window with ivory drapes." Add some feeling. "My bedroom is compact, silent, colored a soft blue, features a big window with ivory drapes, and feels incredibly tranquil when I sit there to study." Every time you expand, you are conditioning your brain to think in English using layers of information. Another vital descriptive skill is employing your five senses. Think about what you see, hear, smell, taste, and feel. When you use sensory details, your English comes to life. For instance, consider describing an apple. Basic English would be, the apple is red. But let's add the senses. The apple is red and lustrous. Add taste. The apple is red, lustrous, and sugary when I take a bite. Add aroma. The apple is red, lustrous, sugary when I take a bite, and possesses a clean scent. Add texture. The apple is red, lustrous, sugary when I take a bite, possesses a clean scent, and feels sleek in my palm. Now the depiction is vivid and evocative. Practice along with me. Repeat. The loaf is warm. Now add. The loaf is warm and doughy. Add more. The loaf is warm, doughy, and has an incredible aroma. Include flavor. The loaf is warm, doughy, has an incredible aroma, and tastes rich and buttery. Add more. The loaf is warm, doughy, has an incredible aroma, tastes rich and buttery, and brings me joy when I consume it. This style of description doesn't just boost fluency, it helps you link your feelings with English vocabulary. Keep in mind, the objective isn't to memorize specific lines, but to practice broadening your thoughts naturally. Start with something small and layer the details. You can apply this to anything, an item, a person, a place, or even an emotion. Here is a daily habit you can adopt. Every morning, pick one item near you, perhaps your phone, your bag, or your meal. Spend 5 minutes describing it out loud in English. Every day, challenge yourself to include more information. Initially, it may feel tedious, but over time, you will see the words start to flow. This 5-minute daily drill can radically improve your fluency in just a few months. When you practice describing things in English, you aren't just memorizing words. You are training your mind to think directly in your target language. This is one of the most significant shifts a student can achieve. Many learners translate from their first language to English in their heads, which slows them down. However, when you focus on describing what is currently in front of you, there is no time for translation. You simply link your observations to English words. That is the true secret to becoming fluent. Imagine you are outside and want to talk about the weather. A beginner might note, "It is warm." That is fine, but it is quite short. Let's expand on it together. It is warm and bright. Include more. It is warm, bright, and the sky is cloudless. Add even more. It is warm, bright, the sky is cloudless, and I can hear the birds chirping in the branches. Suddenly, you aren't just giving a brief reply, you are illustrating the moment. Practice with me now. Repeat this at a measured pace. It is drizzling currently. Add more. It is drizzling, and the pavement is wet. Add again. It is drizzling, the pavement is wet, and folks are strolling with umbrellas. Add even more. It is drizzling, the pavement is wet, folks are strolling with umbrellas, and the sound of splashing water is everywhere. This is precisely how you can turn a single short thought into fluent English. Another instance involves describing emotions. Suppose someone asks, "How are you doing today?" Most students reply with, "I am fine," or "I am okay." That is correct but very elementary. Let's learn to portray our feelings with more substance. Try saying, "I am doing well. I feel at ease and I am appreciating this quiet morning." Or, I am slightly exhausted, but I feel optimistic and am looking forward to gaining new knowledge today. Observe how this provides the listener with a complete view of your status, rather than just a one-word reply. Now, let's practice together. Repeat after me. I am cheerful. Now add, I am cheerful and full of vitality. Add more. I am cheerful, full of vitality, and prepared to begin my day. Add again. I am cheerful, full of vitality, prepared to begin my day, and grateful for the morning light. Do you see how that evolves into a fluent and organic response? Here is a task for you. Each evening, spend 1 minute describing your feelings throughout the day. Speak it out loud. For instance, today I felt worn out, but I was satisfied because I completed my tasks. Or, I felt anxious this morning, but later I felt at peace when I chatted with my friend. This simple habit develops your emotional vocabulary and overall fluency. Now, let's move on to describing actions. Actions are significant because they allow you to share stories. If someone asks, "Oh, what did you do yesterday?" A basic reply might be, "I studied." That is acceptable but brief. Let's elaborate. I studied English yesterday at the library. Add more. I studied English yesterday at the library and looked through several fascinating articles. Add again. I studied English yesterday at the library, looked through several fascinating articles, and worked on my speaking with a friend afterward. This transforms a short answer into an actual story. Practice with me, recite slowly. I strolled to the park. Now add, I strolled to the park and observed kids playing. Add again, I strolled to the park, observed kids playing, and rested on a bench. Include more. I strolled to the park, observed kids playing, rested on a bench, and took in the cool breeze and warm sun. This is exactly how to practice portraying your actions in detail. Here is one more small exercise for tonight before you sleep. Reflect on your entire day. Portray it step by step in English. For example, I got up at 7, cleaned my teeth, and had breakfast. I boarded the bus to work and felt a bit sleepy. During lunch, I had rice and greens with my colleague, and we had a good laugh. Do this daily, and your capacity to describe actions will improve organically. Remember, describing isn't about having flawless grammar at the start. It is about self-expression. Even if your phrasing is basic, the process of describing things step by step will encourage you to use more vocabulary and expand your English naturally. In time, your grammar will also get better because you will start to recognize linguistic patterns. Now, let's try characterizing experiences, which is a bit more sophisticated. For example, imagine you attended a concert. You could say, I went to a show yesterday. But let's build on that. I went to a show yesterday, and it was quite noisy and thrilling. Add more. I went to a show yesterday. It was quite noisy and thrilling, and the group performed all my favorite tracks. Add again. I went to a show yesterday. It was quite noisy and thrilling. The group performed all my favorite tracks, and I sang along with the audience until my voice was gone. This is how you breathe life into your portrayals. Let's practice together. Repeat at a slow pace after me. I went shopping. Now add, I went shopping and picked up a new coat. Add more. I went shopping, picked up a new coat, and it feels very cozy to wear. Add again. I went shopping, picked up a new coat. It feels very cozy to wear, and I was pleased because I got it at a discount. Step by step, your sentence evolves into a fluent desk. Ription of an event. Here is a practice suggestion. Once a week, select one life experience and describe it in detail in English. Talk out loud for 5 minutes. It could be a meal out, a stroll, a film, or a chat. Don't fret about errors. Just concentrate on layering more and more details. This is one of the quickest paths to fluency. Finally, keep in mind that describing is also about establishing a connection. When you describe something vividly, the listener feels a closer bond to you because they can visualize your words. This is why practicing description is not just about language proficiency, but also about building better communication with others. One of the most effective habits you can develop for fluency is describing your daily routine. Your routine provides endless material for practice because you perform many small tasks every day, and each one can be articulated in English. The more you portray your daily life, the more natural English will feel. Let's start with the morning. You wake up. A basic sentence is, I woke up at 7. But let's broaden that together. I woke up at 7 and felt slightly groggy. Add more. I woke up at 7, felt slightly groggy, and reached out my arms in bed before rising. Add again. I woke up at 7, felt slightly groggy, reached out my arms in bed before rising, and glanced out the window at the morning light. Gradually, the description becomes more interesting and begins to sound like a narrative. Practice with me now. Repeat slowly. I cleaned my teeth. Add. I cleaned my teeth with peppermint toothpaste. Add again. I cleaned my teeth with peppermint toothpaste, and the cool flavor helped me wake up. Add more. I cleaned my teeth with peppermint toothpaste. The cool flavor helped me wake up, and I looked in the mirror to check my appearance. By portraying your routine this way, you aren't just practicing vocabulary, you are linking the language to your actual life. Now, let's try describing your breakfast. You could say, I had breakfast. That is very short. Let's expand. I had breakfast and sipped some tea. Include more. I had breakfast, sipped some tea, and ate a piece of toast with butter. Add again. I had breakfast, sipped some tea, ate a piece of toast with butter, and appreciated the quiet, warm morning at the table. When you practice like this daily, you train your brain to think in English systematically. Here is a small task for you. Tomorrow morning, take 5 minutes after your meal to describe your routine in English. Say it out loud. It doesn't matter if you are by yourself. Say, I got up at 7. I cleaned my teeth with peppermint toothpaste. I ate warm toast with butter and sipped tea. Include as many specifics as you can. This is a potent daily practice that will gradually overhaul your fluency. Now, let's transition to the afternoon. Perhaps you head to your job or to school. A basic response might be, I went to work. But let's elaborate. I went to work via the bus. Add more. I went to work via the bus, and the road was packed. Add again. I went to work via the bus, the road was packed, and I listened to tracks on my headphones. Add more. I went to work via the bus, the road was packed, I listened to tracks on my headphones, and I felt tranquil while staring out at the skyscrapers. This is exactly how to practice portraying your afternoon in detail. Repeat with me now. I studied my English. Add more. I studied my English and read an essay about travel. Add again. I studied my English, read an essay about travel, and noted 10 new terms in my journal. Add again. I studied my English, read an essay about travel, noted 10 new terms in my journal, and practiced pronouncing them slowly. This is how you convert a brief task into fluent English practice. Finally, let's practice the evening routine. A simple sentence could be, I had dinner. Let's broaden that. I had dinner with my relatives. Add more. I had dinner with my relatives, and we ate poultry and rice. Add again. I had dinner with my relatives, we ate poultry and rice, and we chatted about our day. I shared a meal with my relatives. Our dinner consisted of rice and chicken as we caught up on our daily lives, sharing laughs over my brother's humorous anecdotes. This exercise hones both your descriptive and narrative abilities. Here is another task for you. Every night, grab your phone, hit record, and spend 3 minutes recounting your day in English. Forget about making mistakes. Focus entirely on the flow of your speech. Later, you can review the audio to identify more precise vocabulary you might have missed. This self-guided practice is among the most efficient ways to gain fluency because you are articulating real-life experiences in your own style. Now, let's explore how to describe objects with greater detail, starting with their fundamental color and form. Progress toward SB. Specifics like dimensions, surface feel, and purpose. For instance, consider a smartphone. My phone is black. That is a basic start. Let's expand. My phone is black and rectangular. Let's add more. My phone is black, rectangular, and features a sleek screen. Continue building. My phone is black, rectangular, has a sleek screen, and feels chilly to the touch in the early morning. Now include its function. My phone is black, rectangular, has a sleek screen, feels chilly in the morning, and I use it to message friends and check my notifications. This layering creates a vivid mental image. Practice this with me now, repeating slowly. The table is wooden. Add a layer. The table is wooden and brown. Continue. The table is wooden, brown, and heavy. Keep going. The table is wooden, brown, heavy, and supported by 4 sturdy legs. Final expansion. The table is wooden, brown, heavy, has 4 sturdy legs, and is where I dine with my family every evening. This step-by-step elaboration is exactly what makes your spoken English sound proficient. Here is a challenge. Pick 5 items in your home today. For each one, construct at least 5 sentences. Whether it is a chair, your footwear, the fridge, a pen, or a bag, start with the basics and layer on the details. The more you do this, the faster your speaking skills will develop. Finally, let's discuss describing memories. Memories are impactful because they bridge the gap between past events and the present. For example, you might say, as I recall my birthday. That is a simple foundation. Add more. As I recall my birthday from last year. Build the scene. I recall my birthday from last year when my friends caught me off guard with a surprise cake. Infuse it with emotion. I recall my birthday from last year when my friends caught me off guard with a surprise cake. We shared many laughs, and I felt incredibly joyful and appreciative. Memories are rich with sentiment, and articulating them helps you sound more expressive. Let's try a brief exercise together. I remember my time at school. Add people. I remember my time at school and my instructors. Add more peers. I remember my time at school, my instructors, and my classmates. Include an activity. I remember my time at school, my instructors, my classmates, and the moments we spent playing in the courtyard. Add a sensory feeling. I remember my time at school, my instructors, my classmates, our courtyard games, and the blissful feeling of sprinting freely under the sunlight. This is how vivid descriptions bring the past to life. As your skills grow, you can introduce comparisons, likening one thing to another. This makes your speech sound more natural and even poetic. Instead of just saying the sky is blue, you could try. The sky is as blue as the deep ocean. The sky resembles a massive, soft quilt draped over the city. Suddenly, your words carry more weight. Let's practice. The night was pitch black. Now, use a comparison. The night was as dark as ink on a page. Add another layer. The night was as dark as ink on a page, and the stars looked like tiny diamonds scattered across the heavens. Can you see how this creates a more powerful mental image? That is the strength of a good comparison. You can also describe feelings this way. I was as happy as a child unwrapping a gift. I felt as exhausted as a traveler, lugging a heavy suitcase all day long. These phrases help listeners connect with your emotions. Try this. Pick one emotion you felt today and think of a comparison. Perhaps you felt as nervous as a student before a major exam, or as relaxed as a cat napping in a sunbeam. Another sophisticated tool is the metaphor, where you describe something as if it were something else entirely. Instead of saying someone is fast, you might say, he is a rocket on the field. Instead of calling someone smart, you could say, she is a walking library. Try repeating these. A time is currency. My heart becomes a beating drum when I am anxious. The classroom turned into a jungle of noise and energy. Now let's revisit describing places with more depth. Imagine a park. A beginner might say, the park is big and green. Let's expand. The park is expansive, lush, and filled with towering trees. Incorporate the senses. The park is expansive, lush, full of towering trees, and I can hear children laughing and dogs barking. Add a personal sentiment. The park is expansive, lush, full of towering trees, echoes with laughter and barking, and I always feel at peace when I wander there. Now the scene feels alive. Practice this with me. The beach is sandy. Add width. The beach is sandy and vast. Add the water. The beach is sandy and vast, with gentle, rolling waves. Add the scent. The beach is sandy and vast, the waves are gentle, and the aroma of salt hangs in the air. Add the light. The beach is sandy and vast. The waves are gentle, the air smells of salt, and the setting sun makes the water shimmer with a golden light. Try this daily. Whenever you are outside, describe your surroundings in English. Note the busy streets, the roar of engines, the pace of the crowd, or the scent of a bakery. This integrates English into your reality. Next, let's describe people more thoroughly. Rather than just saying, he is tall, mention his clothes, features, and character. She is youthful. Add hair. She is youthful with curly hair. Add clothing. She is youthful, has curly hair, and is wearing a red dress today. Add her voice. She is youthful, has curly hair, wears a red dress, and speaks with a soft, gentle tone. Add personality. She is youthful, has curly hair, wears a red dress, speaks gently, and always carries a smile when she interacts with others. Every detail makes the person more tangible. Try describing someone you know well, a friend or family member, focusing on their appearance, voice, behavior, and how they make you feel. You can also describe emotions through physical actions. He was unhappy. Add posture. He was unhappy and stared down at the ground. Add more physical cues. He was unhappy, stared at the ground, and his shoulders seemed heavy. Add his voice. He was unhappy, stared at the ground, his shoulders were heavy, and his voice was faint and shaky when he spoke. Finally, let's elaborate on events. If someone asks about a party, don't just say it was fun. The celebration was enjoyable and filled with music. Add movement. The celebration was enjoyable, filled with music, and people were dancing. Add the atmosphere. The celebration was enjoyable, filled with music, dancing, and the lights were vivid and colorful. Add a personal memory. The celebration was enjoyable, filled with music, dancing, vivid lights, and I laughed with my friends until the clock struck midnight. Storytelling is the ultimate practice because it weaves together people, places, and feelings. Let's build a short story. Yesterday, I visited the market. Add a reason. Yesterday, I visited the market to buy some greens. Add the crowd. Yesterday, I visited the market to buy greens, and it was packed with people. Add a sensory detail. Yesterday, I visited the market for greens, it was packed, and the scent of fresh loaves wafted from the bakery. Add an interaction. Yesterday, I visited the market for greens, it was packed, the smell of bread filled the air, and I paused to chat with a friendly elderly man selling apples. You can also use linking words like and, but, because, or while to make your speech flow. Instead of short, choppy sentences, try, I relaxed at the cafe where I sipped coffee and read a book while sitting by the window. Linking makes your English sound richer and more cohesive. Don't forget to describe the future as well. Talking about your aspirations and plans is a major step toward confidence. As I plan to study tomorrow. Add a time. As I plan to study tomorrow morning. Add a location. As I plan to study tomorrow morning at the library. Add a specific goal. As I plan to study tomorrow morning at the library to review 5 new chapters of my textbook. Add a follow-up. As I plan to study tomorrow morning at the library to review 5 new chapters, and afterward, I'll meet a friend for lunch. Imagining your dreams also helps. For instance, one day I will reside by the ocean. Add a sensory detail. One day I will reside by the ocean and wake up every morning to the rhythm of the waves. Add a routine. One day I will reside by the ocean, wake up to the waves, and enjoy my coffee while watching the sun rise over the water. This type of practice connects your language learning to your personal goals. Whether you are describing a real event, an imaginary train ride, or a what-if scenario, the key is to keep adding layers. Even if your grammar isn't perfect, the act of continuous description will train your brain to think in English. As time goes on, you will find that discussing your upcoming goals and aspirations becomes more fluid and less plagued by pauses. Another vital element of achieving proficiency is mastering the art of articulating your viewpoints and concepts. While many students are capable of identifying objects or actions, they often struggle when asked, "What is your take on this?" The ability to convey your personal reflections in English is a hallmark of true fluency. The encouraging part is that you can hone this ability through straightforward daily routines. Let's start with a brief statement of opinion. It clears throat. I like pizza. That is acceptable, though quite rudimentary. Let's expand upon it. I like pizza because it has a savory taste. Elaborate further. I like pizza because it has a savory taste and brings me joy when I share it with companions. Expand one more time. I like pizza because it has a savory taste. It brings me joy when I share it with companions. Additionally, I find the aroma of bubbling cheese and fresh tomatoes straight from the oven delightful. Observe how a simple thought evolves into a comprehensive account of your emotions and justifications. Practice along with me. Repeat these lines slowly. I enjoy reading. Build on it. I enjoy reading because it helps me unwind. Expand further. I enjoy reading because it helps me unwind and introduces me to novel concepts. Once more. I enjoy reading because it helps me unwind, introduces me to novel concepts, and offers a chance to lose myself in different worlds and narratives. This method of description allows you to communicate not just your thoughts, but the underlying reasoning. Here is a task for you. Select one thing you enjoy and one you dislike. For each, talk for 60 seconds in English to explain your reasoning. For instance, I appreciate strolls in the park because they foster a sense of serenity. I can hear the birds, appreciate the fresh air, and it clears my mind. Or, I loathe sitting in traffic because it is loud, irritating, and a waste of my time. Consistency with this exercise will bolster your capacity to express thoughts in English. Now, let's practice giving opinions on common subjects. Suppose someone inquires, "Do you enjoy studying English?" A brief reply would be, "Yes, I do." But let's stretch that out. Yes, I enjoy studying English because it enables me to converse with people from various nations. Add more detail. Yes, I enjoy studying English because it enables me to converse with people from various nations. It provides superior career prospects and boosts my self-esteem when I can communicate effectively. This transforms a clipped response into a fluent one. Practice with me now. Speak slowly. I believe physical activity is vital. Elaborate. I believe physical activity is vital because it maintains our health. Expand again. I believe physical activity is vital because it maintains our health, provides vitality, and minimizes stress. One more time. I believe physical activity is vital because it maintains our health, provides vitality, minimizes stress, and contributes to a longer, more joyful life. By rehearsing this, you will learn to share your perspectives naturally. Here is a basic daily activity. Every day, select a minor subject like cuisine, tourism, athletics, innovation, or education. Dedicate 2 minutes to discussing your viewpoint in English. For example, I find technology beneficial because it simplifies life, bridges connections, and saves time. However, it can occasionally be a source of distraction. Even if your phrasing isn't flawless, this habit will make you more adept at voicing your ideas. Now, let's transition to explaining abstract concepts. These are things we cannot touch, such as liberty, affection, camaraderie, or joy. Discussing these is a higher level skill, but it adds depth to your English. For instance, you might say, a friendship is significant. That is too brief. Let's broaden it. A friendship is significant because it offers us a support system. Add more. A friendship is significant because it offers us a support system, makes us feel cherished, and assists us during tough periods. Extend it again. A friendship is significant because it offers us a support system, makes us feel cherished, assists us during tough periods, and builds beautiful memories that stay with us forever. This is the way to construct a sophisticated explanation of a concept. Practice with me, repeat slowly. Happiness is a positive emotion. Expand. Happiness is a positive emotion that occurs when something pleasant happens. Build on it. Happiness is a positive emotion that occurs when something pleasant happens, such as spending time with loved ones or reaching a milestone. One more layer. Happiness is a positive emotion that occurs when something pleasant happens, such as spending time with loved ones or reaching a milestone, and it saturates your heart with tranquility and delight. Describing concepts in this manner enriches your lexicon and your flow. Here is a weekly challenge. Once a week, pick a profound idea like achievement, devotion, benevolence, or education. Speak for 5 minutes in English regarding what it signifies to you. For example, success entails attaining your objectives. It involves dedication, persistence, and a sense of pride upon completion. Achievement can be a major milestone, like earning a diploma, or a minor one, like mastering a new English term. This type of practice renders your English more thoughtful. Another method is practicing polite agreement and disagreement. If someone remarks, "I believe winter is the finest season," you might agree by saying, "I concur. Winter is the finest season because of its peaceful and aesthetic qualities." Or you could politely differ. "I beg to differ. I feel summer is superior because it is warm and vibrant." Rehearsing these interactions builds confidence. Practice with me, repeat slowly. "I agree because that is accurate." "I disagree because I have a different perspective." "I see your point, but I have a different take on it." These expressions allow you to share thoughts while remaining courteous. Ultimately, remember that voicing opinions is about clarity, not complexity. Sophisticated vocabulary isn't required. Start simply, then provide justifications and illustrations. With time, your vocabulary will expand and your explanatory skills will sharpen. One highly productive way to build fluency is through detailed descriptions of past events. Recalling the past is a staple of nearly every conversation. People frequently ask, "What did you do yesterday?" If you can provide a vivid narrative rather than a short sentence, you will immediately appear more skilled. Let's start with a rudimentary past description. "Yesterday, I watched a film." That is fine but brief. Let's broaden it. "Yesterday, I watched a film at my house." Add more. "Yesterday, I watched a film at my house with my family." Expand further. "Yesterday, I watched a film at my house with my family, and we shared some popcorn and drinks." One more addition. "Yesterday, I watched a film at my house with my family. We shared some popcorn and drinks, and we laughed a lot because the movie was quite hilarious." Notice how a short reply becomes a full story. Practice with me. Repeat slowly. Last weekend, I went shopping. Elaborate. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall. Build on it. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall and purchased a new pair of shoes. Expand more. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall, purchased a new pair of shoes, and felt very pleased because they were exactly what I was looking for. Final expansion. Last weekend, I went shopping at the mall and purchased a new pair of shoes. I felt very pleased because they were exactly what I was looking for. Afterward, I grabbed a coffee with a friend at a local cafe. This is how you convert a simple memory into a fluent narrative. Another technique is using time indicators like yesterday, last week, in my youth, etc. These help structure your story. For example, in my youth, I played soccer daily after school. Or, last night, I spent 2 hours studying English and acquired 10 new words. These markers make your stories sound more organic. Let's practice. Yesterday, I prepared dinner. Add more. Yesterday, I prepared dinner for my household. Build on it. Yesterday, I prepared dinner for my household, making chicken and rice. Expand again. Yesterday, I prepared dinner for my household. I made chicken and rice, and we all sat at the table together. Final layer. Yesterday, I prepared dinner for my household. I made chicken and rice. We sat at the table together and enjoyed chatting about our day until late into the evening. This is exactly how you construct long, fluent responses. Here is an exercise. Every evening, spend 3 minutes describing one thing you did that day in English. Include time markers, specifics, and feelings. For instance, this morning I rose early. I was exhausted, yet eager to begin the day. I had toast with jam, sipped hot tea, and listened to the birds outside. Doing this daily trains your brain to retrieve memories in English rather than your first language. Now, let's practice describing more significant events like vacations or celebrations. Last year, I traveled to a different city. Broaden it. Last year, I traveled to a different city to visit my relatives. Add more. Last year, I traveled to a different city to visit my relatives, and the train journey was lengthy but pleasant. Expand again. Last year, I traveled to a different city to visit my relatives. The train journey was lengthy but pleasant. Upon my arrival, they greeted me warmly with smiles and hugs. One more. Last year, I traveled to a different city to visit my relatives. The train journey was lengthy but pleasant. When I arrived, they greeted me warmly with smiles and hugs, and we spent the night eating fantastic food and recounting stories. Do you see how this allows the listener to visualize your experience? Practice with me. 2 years ago, I visited the beach. Expand. 2 years ago, I visited the beach with my companions. Add more. 2 years ago, I visited the beach with my companions, and we played in the sand. Expand further. 2 years ago, I visited the beach with my companions. We played in the sand and went swimming in the sea. One last time. 2 years ago, I visited the beach with my companions. We played in the sand and went swimming in the sea. We also watched the sunset together while eating ice cream. This is how memories evolve into fluent tales, Describing childhood memories is also excellent practice. For instance, when I was young, I played outside with the neighborhood kids. Expand. When I was young, I played outside with the neighborhood kids every afternoon. Build on it. When I was young, I played outside with the neighborhood kids every afternoon, and we loved running through the fields. Expand again. When I was young, I played outside with the neighborhood kids every afternoon. We loved running through the fields and occasionally climbed trees to harvest fruit. Final layer. When I was young, I played outside with the neighborhood kids every afternoon. We loved running through the fields, occasionally climbed trees to harvest fruit, and those times made my childhood very joyful. Childhood recollections are ideal for practicing descriptive fluency. Here is another challenge. Once a week, choose a memory and record yourself talking about it in English for 3 to 5 minutes without stopping. Don't worry about errors, just keep talking. Later, listen and try to add even more detail next time. This trains you to speak continuously. Finally, remember that recounting the past is about connection, not perfection. If you can paint a picture with your words, where you were, what you saw, how you felt, you are already fluent. One of the most effective ways to get ready for real-world interactions is through role-playing. This involves imagining you are in a typical situation and describing your responses in English. Let's start at a restaurant. Instead of just saying, "I want tea," let's expand. "I would like a cup of tea, please." Add detail. "I would like a cup of tea, please, with a bit of sugar." Expand further. "I would like a cup of tea, please, with a bit of sugar. Also, could you bring me a sandwich?" Practice with me. "I would like some water." Expand. "I would like a glass of water, please." Add detail. "I would like a glass of water, please, with some ice." One more. "I would like a glass of water, please, with some ice, as the weather is quite hot today." Adding specifics makes you sound more natural. Now, imagine you are shopping for clothes. "I am searching for a shirt, please." Expand. "I am searching for a shirt, please, in a size medium." Add detail. "I am searching for a shirt, please, in a size medium and a light color." Final layer. "I am searching for a shirt, please, in a size medium, a light color, and I would prefer something comfortable for summer wear." This type of practice allows you to describe exactly what you require. Every week, choose one scenario, like a doctor's visit or asking for directions, and practice it aloud. For a doctor's visit, "I have a headache." Expand. "I have a headache that started yesterday." Add more. "I have a headache that started yesterday, and I also feel quite fatigued." Final layer. "I have a headache that started yesterday. I feel quite fatigued, and occasionally I feel lightheaded when I stand up." Practice with me. "I have a cough." Expand. "I have a cough that began last week." Add detail. "I have a cough that began last week, and it worsens during the night." One more. "I have a cough that began last week. It worsens during the night, and my throat is painful when I speak." Asking for directions. "Excuse me, could you point me toward the station?" Expand. "Excuse me, could you point me toward the station? I am searching for the main entrance." Final layer. "Excuse me, could you point me toward the station? I am searching for the main entrance because I need to catch a train to the airport. Try acting these out in front of a mirror. It's a fantastic way to practice without a partner. Now, let's try a job interview role play. I am a student. Expand. I am a student majoring in business. Add detail. I am a student majoring in business, and I enjoy studying management and collaboration. One more. I am a student majoring in business. I enjoy studying management and collaboration, and I am also practicing English to refine my communication. Final expansion. I am a student majoring in business. I enjoy studying management and collaboration. I am practicing English to refine my communication, and I believe these skills will facilitate my future career success. Practice this. I am diligent. Expand. I am diligent and always finish my work on schedule. Add detail. I am diligent, always finish my work on schedule, and I love acquiring new skills. Final layer. I am diligent, always finish my work on schedule, love acquiring new skills, and I enjoy collaborating with others in a team setting. For your strengths, I am approachable. Expand. I am approachable and enjoy assisting others. Add detail. I am approachable, enjoy assisting others, and I remain composed under pressure. Final layer. I am approachable, enjoy assisting others, I remain incomposed under pressure, and I am always eager to learn from new situations. These comprehensive answers build professional confidence. Role-playing is preparation for real life. By practicing these scenarios, you will be ready for any conversation. Now that you have practiced various descriptions, it is time for advanced drills. These are mental exercises to help you think faster and reduce hesitation. One such drill is rapid description. Pick an object and describe it for 60 seconds without stopping. For a pen, this is a writing instrument. It is black, long, and light. It has a silver clip. I use it for taking notes. The ink is blue. It feels smooth in my hand. Don't pause, keep the English flowing. Let's practice. Look at your hand. This is my hand. Expand. This is my hand. It has 5 fingers. Add detail. This is my hand. It has 5 fingers. The nails are trimmed and the skin is soft. Final layer. This is my hand. It has 5 fingers. The nails are trimmed. The skin is soft. I use my hand for writing, eating, and waving to people. Another drill is paraphrasing, stating the same idea in different words. This is a lifesaver if you forget a specific term. Instead of "I lost my wallet," say, "I can't locate my wallet. I believe it's missing." Instead of "The movie was boring," say, "The film wasn't engaging, and I felt drowsy while watching it." Practice this. I am hungry. Paraphrase. I want something to eat. I need food because my stomach feels empty. I feel like having a meal right now. Try to say, I am tired in 3 different ways. I am tired. I feel drowsy and exhausted. I am out of energy. I need to rest because I feel weak. To stop translating from your native language, start small. When you see a tree, think tree. Then expand to that tree is tall with green leaves. This trains your brain to think in English directly. Every time you go outside, describe 5 things in your head. The street is crowded. The man is walking briskly. The shop smells of bread. The sky is overcast. The bus is packed with passengers. Another drill is the five senses game. Describe an object using sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. For coffee, it looks dark, it smells rich, it tastes bittersweet, it feels warm, it makes a soft sound when stirred. Practice with an apple. This apple is red. Expand. This apple is red and glossy. Add detail. This apple is red, glossy, and smells fresh. Final layer. This apple is red, glossy, smells fresh, feels smooth, and tastes sweet when I take a bite. Finally, try storytelling under time pressure. Set a timer for 1 minute and recount your morning without stopping. Even if it's simple, the goal is to keep talking until time runs out. This trains your ability to organize thoughts rapidly. Here is a challenge for you. Pick a short story every day and narrate it for 1 minute, then 2, then 5. By taking it one step at a time, you will gain the ability to speak for extended periods without pausing. Always keep in mind that fluency exercises are essentially a workout for your brain. The more frequently you train, the more powerful your English muscles will become. It might feel taxing or difficult at first, but you will see clear progress through consistent daily effort. The greatest advantage is that you do not require a partner to practice. These drills can be performed solo at any time or place. Up to this point, you have practiced depicting objects, individuals, locations, actions, sentiments, past events, perspectives, and even upcoming goals. You have mastered the technique of building sentences incrementally, incorporating details, transitioning between thoughts smoothly, and maintaining a steady verbal flow. This is the genuine road to fluency. It is not about rushing to speak quickly, but rather about conditioning yourself to express ideas clearly, naturally, and with poise in English. Before we finish, let us perform one final comprehensive exercise together. Picture a Sunday morning where you are relaxing at home. Start with a single, basic statement. I woke up late today. Now expand on that thought. I woke up late today and took a long stretch in bed. Incorporate more detail. I woke up late today, took a long stretch in bed, and peered out the window at the radiant sunshine. Expand it further. I woke up late today, took a long stretch in bed, peered out the window at the radiant sunshine, and felt totally relaxed because it was the weekend. Add even more. I woke up late today, took a long stretch in bed, peered out the window at the radiant sunshine, felt totally relaxed because it was the weekend, and decided to whip up a special breakfast. Keep the momentum going. I woke up late today, took a long stretch in bed, peered out the window at the radiant sunshine, felt totally relaxed because it was the weekend, and decided to whip up a special breakfast. So, I headed to the kitchen to prepare eggs, toast, and tea while playing my favorite music. This is the method for taking a tiny concept and evolving it into a long, fluid description. Here is your mission. After finishing this video, dedicate 10 minutes to recounting your entire day in English. Start from the moment your eyes opened and move chronologically until this very second. Do not fret over mistakes. Do not stop to translate in your head. Just let the English flow. Even if you use basic sentences, the process of speaking continuously conditions your mind to think directly in English. Fluency does not require complex or big words. It is centered on expressing yourself with clarity and self-assurance. When you reach the point where you can describe anything around you, the items you see, the people you meet, the places you go, the emotions you feel, and the principles you hold, you are already fluent. Every minor detail you include is a new brick in the foundation of your fluency. Commit to practicing daily, even if it is only for a few minutes. Narrate what you eat. Describe your outfit. Talk about the people you pass by. Discuss your feelings and your aspirations. The more you do it, the more effortless it becomes. Before long, you will find that English words arrive naturally without mental translation, allowing you to speak at length without hesitation. Always remember that acquiring English is a marathon, not a sprint. Have patience with your progress. Appreciate the journey and acknowledge every minor breakthrough. Through consistent effort and daily descriptive practice, you will achieve fluency much sooner than you might expect. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope this lesson has equipped you with the tools and confidence to articulate anything in English. Regardless of whether you are a novice or an experienced learner, continue practicing, continue speaking, and continue having faith in yourself. Before you head out, remember to subscribe to English Express and tap the bell icon so you never miss a lesson. We post valuable English practice content every day to help you move step by step toward fluency. See you in the next lesson.